Wait a second, you mean to tell me that you are not unapologetically yourself and that you're not confident? Let's fix that around in this video, because the question is, who are you living for? Whose life is it? Is it their life or is it your life? Because newsflash, you wonderful only have one of them. And we need to make sure that it is the best. So today we're going to be covering this topic. And before we proceed, my name is Karina and welcome to my channel where I talk about the best ways to hack your life and become the best version of yourself. If you want a quick formula and everything that I work towards, my $1 Million Lady program is going to be linked down below. We talk about not only physical transformation and how to be your absolute best in terms of how to style yourself and where to shop, but also on the mental, how to grow and how to really achieve everything that you need in order to have the best possible life, and how I like to call it a first-class life. And that's exactly what we will be talking about in this video, but if you want the program, it's linked down below. So how to have a first-class life, how to develop confidence, how to be unapologetically yourself. I will give you tips, but the first and foremost, most important tip that you should carry out through this entire video is action. The more you do something, the more results will come. So if it feels uncomfortable, just do it, and you will notice that it will feel even less uncomfortable. And the same goes with confidence. It's like a muscle that we train. Some of us are conditioned to it from an early state of life, where it's through our parents and our environment, and some have a different upbringing, which can potentially lower your confidence. But that doesn't mean it's gone forever, because you deserve to be fully confident. It just means that you need to work at it just a little bit so it strengthens and you become the confident, flourishing woman that you are. Let's talk about this fundamental: the difference between your true self and your ego. The ego is something that you see from most people around, especially on social media. It's presenting yourself in a perfect way, only posting things that are non-controversial and go with the status quo, always looking perfect and following the beauty standards such as heavy filtering, heavy makeup, maybe face tuning your body to look a certain way because you don't want to be judged by others. You don't want others to look at you and think you're not like us, right? The cognitive bias of us versus them. You want people to look at you, or actually your ego wants people to look at you and think she's one of us, she is beautiful, she is confident, she is pretty, she is smart, all these things. And maybe a lot of the times that goes against what you want and it makes you feel uncomfortable. Maybe you like wearing no makeup. Maybe you like dressing down. Maybe you don't want to change your body and you're extremely healthy the way you are, but everything around you is making you think that you need lip injections and you need to have a perfect body and you need to go to a certain location everyone is going, or eat a certain way that everyone is doing, or pursue some type of career. Maybe it's something that is kind of heavily based on education, such as a really heavy degree, but your true self doesn't want that. And a lot of the times what people do is they go for their ego and they're worried what others think of them. And by taking these deviations away from your true self and following the ego, this is when we lose ourselves. This is where we lose confidence. This is when we feel really stressed. This is when we can get sick physically and mentally. When we feel uninspired and that life is dragging us down is when we follow this ego and not our best true self. In yoga, what I'm learning as I'm becoming a certified yoga teacher is that we must follow our true selves. And when we do, we will reach enlightenment and extreme happiness because we are doing things for ourselves and not for other people. We are doing things that we want to do that make our heart at peace. The most important thing to do is to be in peace with every decision and feel like you are doing it because you want to do it and not because others. And when you take these steps, one step by second step, even if it's from little things to doing things that you truly want to do, you will notice more peace, more happiness, more joy. You will light up the room. You will have a glow to your eyes. You will be enticing. People want to be around you. People want to experience your energy. And that is because you are true to yourself. You are true to your heart. You're not just some random person that has no personality because you can't evolve your personality because you're trying to adapt to someone else's personality or someone else's persona. You're just copying the status quo. And I truly believe that is what is eating away at people's confidence, is that they are trying to pursue an image that they're not fully satisfied with because it's not them, it's someone else. And of course, you're going to feel like a fish out of water, like you're not yourself. And it's hard to be confident when you don't feel yourself. Now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about this fact. And that is the question of, who are you living your life for? When you are on the deathbed, I know it's a gruesome thing to think about, but when you look back in your life, will you have things that you ask yourself, wow, I really regret not doing that. I really regret not taking this career path or not traveling or not meeting a certain person because I just followed the standards. Will you have those regrets? And if the answer is yes, then you are doing something wrong. You need to have confidence and pride and self-assurance in yourself to actually do the things that you want to do and to make sure that when that time comes, you're not filled with regrets. And the more out into the future you can think about this, the more motivated you will be to actually live life on your own terms and not hold back. If we think about the kind of surrounding fear that others have, is what will others think of me? And I cover this a lot in my $1 Million program, $1 Million Lady program, when I talk about kind of taking the next steps in order to build your future or your business or anything. It's a huge fear that people have is, well, what if I fail? What will others think of me? What if I want to be kind of like on social media and I post something and someone thinks it's embarrassing? Joe from math class or Sally from work will think it's embarrassing. The first thing I want to let you know is people start from somewhere always. And a lot of the times they fail. But the word fail has a really negative connotation to it, while trial and error and experiment is better, right? But that's what happens in science. Science is just a bunch of failures. And if you can look at fear from that angle, it will be a lot easier to ignore it. The second thing about that is people honestly don't care as much as you think they do. Maybe they'll look at you and they'll judge because people are of judgmental nature, whatever. They'll forget about you, and the people who judge a lot, they're always in that kind of gossip state, and there will always be someone else to talk about, to judge about, and they'll forget you in 5 minutes. So that fleeting opinion does not matter because you are going towards your goals and you're doing things that actually make you happy. And the thing is, if someone is rude or judgmental or speaks that negative thought about you to your face or behind your back, that says more about them than it does anything else, because we only see in others the things we have in ourselves. So if they're seeing a negative trait or something to be embarrassed about, all that says is that they have internal issues that they have not resolved. They themselves have lack of confidence. And also look around, look at what they're doing. Are they actually doing anything significant with their life, or are they just kind of scrolling through social media and judging everybody they see? Because if that's the case, then they have more of a problem than you ever will, right? So all those thoughts and opinions really don't matter when it comes to the grand scheme of things. And again, to improve your confidence, you can read all the books in the world, you can listen to all of my YouTube videos, you can take my program, you can scroll through YouTube motivational speeches, but nothing will improve it as much as action does. To actually take the leap of faith and do the things that you've always wanted to do until you are more comfortable doing them. And the trick is, most of the time, you will never feel 100% comfortable. But what will happen is you will see growth. And that is because all amazing things happen outside of your comfort zone, which means not sitting on the bed and thinking and wishing, but actually going and doing something uncomfortable, unpleasant, even if it doesn't work out. You will always learn from it and better things will come, and just watch your amazing life turn around. Let me know down in the comments below what your biggest fears are about not being your best confident version of yourself, and perhaps we can discuss them with the community. And also share this video if you found it helpful with your friends and acquaintances. Like it and subscribe to the channel, because every video I put my heart and soul into it, and I have so much information that I'm learning from programs and certification programs that I'm so excited to share with you that will truly improve your life. So thank you for being here. I will see you in my next video. My name is Karina, and goodbye.